Chloe. This time I've got a story about a legend from a deep mountain village in Gangwon-do, Korea. It's a seriously scary tale about how a single night of reckless curiosity awakened a 300-year-old curse. This is the story of the Shaman tree and the cursed talisman. The story's main characters are a guy named J-Bomb and his friends, all fresh out of high school. They didn't really have jobs or anything to do, just a bunch of normal guys killing time every day. That night, they got together and one of them said, "Hey, want to go see the ocean?" And they just impulsively took off in a car. But they got lost driving on the unfamiliar country roads at night. After wandering for a while, they found themselves deep in the mountains. They stopped the car, totally lost, and that's when they saw a bizarre scene in the woods. Under the moonlight, a woman dressed in traditional white mourning clothes was standing in front of a grotesquely huge tree. As J-Bomb and his friends approached, as if mesmerized, the woman whispered to them. She said if they could retrieve a box that was caught on a high branch, she'd let them have the treasure inside. Chloe, I would have been so creeped out and run away, but I guess these guys were fearless. Excited by the word treasure, they climbed the tree and got the box. But the moment they opened it, their faces froze. Inside there was no treasure, just a single unsettling talisman that looked like it was drawn with chicken blood. They thought it was some kind of prank and looked back for the woman, but she had vanished without a trace. They just shrugged, took the talisman, and left the mountain. They had no idea that their trivial curiosity had just awakened a terrifying curse that had been sleeping for 300 years. From that day on, a chain of horrible misfortunes began to strike the friends. One friend's dog got sick and died for no reason. Another's brother was walking and fell, breaking his leg. J-Bomb's own father almost got into a major accident, swerving to avoid a dark figure that suddenly appeared on the road. One friend in particular, Kyung-san, started seeing things. The woman in white appeared in his dreams every night, and even during the day, he'd have hallucinations of his friends' fathers getting into car crashes. That's when they finally realized it. All this misfortune was because of the talisman they took that night. Terrified, they went around to famous shamans to find out what the talisman was. But every shaman took one look at it, freaked out, and yelled things like, "This is not something we can handle," or "Get that thing out of here now," before throwing salt at them and kicking them out. In the end, J-Bomb and his friends decided they had to solve it themselves. They had to return the talisman to the tree where they found it. After days of searching, they finally found the place with that bizarrely shaped tree. Just then, an old man from a nearby village saw them and asked them, "Are you boys looking for the Munyo-muk, the shaman tree?" And that old man began to tell them the terrifying 300-year-old legend of that tree. A long time ago, a noble scholar, rumored to be an exiled royal, came to live in the village. He was a kind man who taught the village children and mingled with everyone. The village shaman had a beautiful daughter named Unsil, and she fell in love with this scholar. But a corrupt local official grew jealous of the scholar's influence. To get rid of him, he went to the shaman, Unsil's own mother, and devised a terrible plot. He asked her to create a powerful curse talisman to make the scholar fall gravely ill. The curse was horrifying. The scholar was struck with a mysterious illness that disfigured his body day by day. The villagers, fearing a plague, began to shun and persecute him. Unsil was horrified when she learned this tragedy was her own mother's doing. To save the man she loved, she stole the cursed talisman from her mother and ran to the scholar in the middle of the night. But no one knows what happened after that. Some say they ran away together, others say they were caught and killed. All that is known is that Unsil's body was laid to rest under that tree, and ever since it has been called the Munyo Mok, the shaman tree. Now it all makes sense, right, Chloe? The woman J-Bomb and his friends met was the spirit of Unsil who died 300 years ago. They had taken the cursed talisman she had fought to protect, and so the curse latched onto them instead. The story says that after J-Bomb and his friends returned the talisman to the base of the tree that night, the misfortunes stopped. But Chloe, do you think the 300-year-old curse in that talisman has truly vanished? Or is it still waiting under that shaman tree, just waiting for someone else to open the box?